Have you ever wondered what really separates a good manager from a great one? It's a question that's launched 1,000 business books. Well, today, we're going to break down one of the best frameworks for answering it. And we're going to do it by solving a little puzzle about the true roles of management. Let's get right into it. So here's our puzzle for today. Picture this. A manager is setting a long-term vision. They're getting the team and all the tools lined up to make it happen, and they're also the face of the organization to the outside world. The big question is, which management role really captures all of that? We're going to figure this out together, step by step. The key to solving this lies in a really simple but kind of brilliant analogy. A great manager has a whole closet full of different hats. Each hat is a different role they have to play. And the secret sauce isn't just being good at wearing one hat, it's knowing exactly which one to grab for any given situation. Okay, so let's check out our options. We're going to try on each of these hats one by one and see which one fits our manager's situation perfectly. Think of it like a process of elimination. We're on the hunt for the right answer. First up to bat, the disturbance handler. Now, this is the firefighter hat. When an unexpected crisis blows up, a server crashes, a key employee quits, a supplier flakes, the manager throws on this hat and jumps right into the fire. The key word here, and this is absolutely crucial, is reactive. And right away, you can see the mismatch, can't you? The disturbance handler is all about responding to problems that have already happened. But our manager? They're setting a long-term direction. That's proactive, it's forward-looking, it's about building what's next, not just fixing what's broken. So yeah, this hat, it definitely doesn't fit. Let's toss it aside. Okay, hat number 2, the liaison. This is the networking hat. A manager in this role is focused on building bridges, maintaining relationships with people outside their own team. Think other departments, clients, industry partners. It's all about that external web of contacts. So, what do you think? Does this one fit? It's tempting, right? Because our manager is representing the organization. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. The liaison role is almost entirely focused on that external network. Our manager is also spending a lot of time focused internally, setting the vision and getting their team aligned. The liaison hat is just too specific, too narrow for everything our manager is doing. So, nope, not this one either.
All right, let's try our third option, the conceptual planner. This is the architect's hat. This role is all about that big picture thinking, the deep strategy sessions, designing the actual blueprint for success. It's the what and the why that has to happen long before you ever get to the how.
And here's the key distinction. It's about thinking versus doing. Now, our manager is obviously using a plan, but the actions we're talking about, aligning resources representing the company, that's all about execution. That's about bringing the plan to life. The conceptual planner is the one who draws the blueprints. Our manager is the one leading the construction crew and giving tours of the building. It's close, for sure, but it's not the whole story. So, we've tried on 3 different hats, and none of them were quite right. A little too tight here, a little too narrow there. Well, that means our last option has to be the one. Let's see why this one gives us the complete picture of great management. And there it is. The role that perfectly describes what our manager is doing is the interpersonal role of leadership. And you'll notice this isn't just one single task. It's a really comprehensive function that brilliantly ties strategy and people together. And this is exactly why it's the right fit. The leadership role is both strategic, that's the whole setting long-term direction part, and it's interpersonal, which covers aligning the team and being their representative. It's proactive, not reactive. It's really the only hat that's big enough to cover all 3 things our manager is doing, blending that high-level thinking with the real-world action of motivating a team. Okay, cool, so we solved the puzzle, but what's the real takeaway for you? This isn't just some business school exercise. This whole hat framework is actually a super powerful tool you can use to better understand the managers around you, or even to think about your own management style.
And you can break it down into 3 really simple steps. First, just observe, what is a manager literally doing in this moment? Are they in a planning meeting, on a call with a client? Are they dealing with a sudden crisis? Second, categorize that action. Is it forward-looking or backward-looking? Is it focused inside the team or outside? And finally, step 3, name the hat. Based on what you saw, you can pretty easily identify which role they're playing right then and there.
Which brings us to what might be the most important point of this whole thing. The best managers aren't just one thing. They're not always the firefighter or always the strategist. They're versatile.
Their real skill is being able to read a situation accurately and know, almost instinctively, which hat they need to put on to move things forward. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Think about your own job, your own organization. Which hat gets the most praise? Is it the disturbance handler who's constantly putting out fires? Or is it the leader who's quietly setting that long-term direction? The answer to that can tell you a lot about what your company truly values. Thanks for tuning in.